Meditation. Meditation is something that is practiced by millions of people all over the world. And you don't have to be a particular religion to meditate. Absolutely anyone can reap the wonderful benefits that meditation has to offer. In general, most people meditate for one or more of the following reasons: to achieve inner peace and tranquility, to increase their concentration, to rid themselves of a disease that is difficult to treat, or to improve a particular area of their life, such as their career or love life. As you can see, meditation can afford you numerous benefits, and as a result, more and more people are giving it a try. Another benefit of meditation, which is a bit controversial, is the attainment of supernatural powers. Just a clarification. There is nothing like supernatural power. All these powers are natural and everyone can use them. Since all powers emanate from one source, you could say that all powers expressing through you are supernatural or natural, as you prefer. One thing that stops us to learn is our mind. Have control on your mind, don't let it control you. In order for this to happen, however, you have to meditate in a very systematic way. Successful instances of this occurring are evidenced in ancient Buddhist or yogic texts. Ancient meditation practitioners were highly devoted to their craft, but it is still possible to achieve these results even today as long as you practice meditation in the same way that the ancients did. First of all, you have to strongly believe in meditation and that the attainment of supernatural powers is possible. Next, you have to plan out your meditation routine. For optimal success, you should start doing your meditation 2 times a day for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and 10 to 15 minutes in the evening. Then, after a couple weeks of doing this, you should increase your meditation time to 20 minutes per sitting. Then, increase your time again after another couple of weeks have passed until you are able to comfortably meditate for 4 hours per sitting. This process may take many months or even years to complete, but in order to attain supernatural powers, your meditation has to be your top priority, and you must be willing to sacrifice a part of your energy and time for it. When you are meditating, it is very important that you are in the proper surroundings. You need to be in a place where you will not be disturbed by any external things. Therefore, you should avoid meditating in places where there are lots of people or noises that will be distracting to you. It is also to your advantage to make sure that you are well groomed while you are meditating. You want to get your mind to the purest state possible. Therefore, it helps for your body to also be very clean and pure. Before sitting down to meditate, try to do things like wash up, trim your nails, comb your hair, and put on clean clothes. Moreover, the location where you are meditating should be as clean as possible as well. So if you are meditating in your home, try to tidy up a bit beforehand. When you practice the art of meditation, you want to retain a meditative state of mind even when you are not actively meditating. This means that you ought to live a simple and peaceful lifestyle. Do not kill or harm any creature. This means small insects too. Do not carry any kind of weapon. Rid your brain of hateful or jealous thoughts. Do not steal, lie, or gossip behind people's backs. Free yourself from materialistic wants and desires and try to eat as a vegetarian or vegan as often as you can. In order to get to the point where you could attain supernatural powers, you have to reach the 4th level of meditation, but you should be aware that not all types of meditation will lead to this 4th level. During your meditations, you should try to focus on breathing and equanimity. Your perception will influence what do you identify yourself with. As long as you are identifying yourself with your physical body, as long as you are perceiving yourself to be separate from the source, you are living a mortal state of consciousness. The powers that express through you will be limited only by your consciousness and perception. When you begin to identify yourself with your infinite self, then you begin to live from the spiritual consciousness, and more powers and attributes of this infinite self begin to express through you naturally and spontaneously, as miracles and wonders begin to follow you. You can compare your natural or physical self to a drop of water, and your infinite supernatural or spiritual self to an ocean. While you live identified with your physical self, you can express only little bit of power. When you identify with your supernatural self, there is no end to the power that can express through you. Most common superpowers linked with meditation practice. The light is the source of all information, knowledge, and all power behind the supernatural abilities you can express. You experience it whenever you have that aha experience, when suddenly you grasp the meaning of something you have been trying to understand. You can unleash supernatural power to accomplish anything if you only knew how to do those things, and the inner light helps reveals to you all the secrets, all the mysteries, and suddenly the power that seemed almost impossible to express before, becomes a natural part of you. You got it. The light revealed to you how to express it, and all you need to do is use it. If you have a treasure sitting in the attic and not knowing that it is there, because it's sitting in the dark, out of your sight, out of your consciousness awareness, it will not be of much help to you. But if you go up to the attic and you turn on the light, you can discover all kinds of wonders that you had already and you didn't even know you had. In the same way, all the powers of the universe are already within you, but you need the light to reveal them to you, so that you can be aware of them, and then be able to use them. Everything that you seek is contained within the light. Light is information and the power. It is also the essence of every power you desire to express, and it is the power of revelation of that power. Light is also conscious awareness. When you direct your conscious awareness to an idea, it is like directing a flashlight upon some dark corner where what seemed invisible and unknown to you or out of your reach, suddenly becomes part of your consciousness as well as part of your being. All powers and abilities, whether you call them supernatural or natural, are developed in accord with natural laws. These laws to go beyond the world of Newtonian physics and move into the realm of quantum physics. They are the laws of the mind and spirit, and they can easily and effortlessly override the known laws of physics which relate to the physical dimension of experience. Achieving psychic abilities is all about unlocking parts of your mind which you never knew existed. These are elements of your mind which you, probably, have never used. However, with the right amount of concentration you can unlock them. Here's a list of the most often mentioned powers and abilities that can be acquired when meditating. Knowledge of past lives. Witnessing forms, personalities and events that you have lived through in your past existences. Powers of healing. Bringing about miraculous, supernatural recoveries from serious chronic illnesses or ailments. Telepathy. The ability to read the minds of other people and know, even across great distance, what they are thinking and feeling. Psychokinesis. Direct influence of matter by mind, also known as PARC. Clairvoyance. Gaining information about distant or hidden objects beyond the reach of the ordinary senses, seeing certain events from this and other worlds. Seeing the future. The ability to move in a timeless dimension where one can perceive things which, in the world of linear time, have not yet taken place. Suspension of gravity. Levitation, walking on water, Even flying is sometimes mentioned under this category of powers. Immunity to pain. Single-pointedness of mind such that no pain, whether it is physical or mental, cannot reach you. The same is true about hunger and thirst. Invincibility. No external force, whether natural or artificial, can displace even a single hair of you. Wish fulfillment. As an advanced meditator wishes anything, it will be provided by the so-called unified field and without recourse to ordinary, natural principles. Developing supernatural powers according to Hindu yogi Patanjali Yoga Sutras. This brief excerpt that follows regarding the development of supernatural powers is extracted from Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. All supernatural powers are developed through the practice of concentration, meditation and absorption. Concentration consists of holding the mind fixed upon the inner light and the power/ability you desire to attain. To do this, you can imagine yourself standing in the center of the sphere of dazzling, brilliant white light, allowing everything else to fade from your awareness. Meditation is a prolonged concentration. Ordinarily a thought wave arises, remains in the mind for a moment, and then subsides, to be succeeded by another wave. In the practice of meditation, a succession of identical waves are raised in the mind. And this is done so quickly that no wave is allowed to subside before another rises to take its place. The effect is one of perfect continuity. After your mind has been focused on a single thought through meditation for some time, you'll reach the stage of absorption. At this point you'll feel that you have completely merged with the object of your focus, that there is no longer separation between you and what you are contemplating, but instead that you have become the very idea you have been focused on. Concentration, meditation and absorption together form self-control. Self-control on specific supernatural power brings that power into expression. It has been said that if the mind can be made to flow uninterruptedly toward the same object for 12 seconds, this may be called concentration. If the mind can continue in that concentration for 12 seconds 2 minutes and 24 seconds, this may be called meditation. If the mind can continue in that meditation for 2 minutes and 24 seconds, 28 minutes and 48 seconds, this may be called lower absorption. And if this absorption can be maintained for 12 times that period 5 hours, 45 minutes, and 36 seconds, this may be called total absorption. By completing the above process on any specific ability or strength, one obtains that ability or strength. Are the superpowers for real? The short and simple answer to this question would be, yes, they are for real. All these mind-boggling superpowers do indeed exist. Meditating earnestly will, quite probably, get you acquainted with a few of those powers. It will be a while before you get any success from it. However, with the right amount of effort, it is possible for just everybody. Superpowers follow naturally from patient, non-desiring effort. They are a byproduct, a tool like anything else. You can use them for good or for bad. Some great saints and masters who have graced this earth have made ample use of those powers and abilities. Others have walked right through them as if they did not exist at all. If you consider this fact very carefully, then you will realize that there is nothing must-have about the acquiring of these supernatural powers in your spiritual journey. Either to acquire them or not, it is a choice that have to resonate with your spiritual self, with your individual purpose. The source with all the supernatural powers is right within you, and you may contact it directly within you by meditating upon it. Whatever you desire to know will be revealed to you directly from within you, if you are open to such revelation.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Join our spiritual community by clicking the subscribe button. If you found value on this video, please share it. Have a magnificent rest of the day.